Evil looks to carry the same hand. And the thing is, evil don't change their hand. It's the same script, the same movement. You know, some people may think that being bad or evil or whatever they want to consider it is something good. Well, you keep on saying it. You may think that you get away with it in this life or for the moment or momentarily. But one thing that I see about humans is some humans that never learn. And I'm going to say this because I hate the childish, retarded humans in the world. And I don't care if YouTube strike me for that, because I've been seeing a lot of like nonsense energy going on in the world, and some people in this world think they're so slick in manipulating people and playing games. And as I say, I don't know how to get on this YouTube thing and play games with people. Or I don't know how to get up here and act like I'm gonna speak in a professional sense, but I am gonna speak sensible. I'm not gonna get on here and speak stupid, you know. I watch this world, and this world is very funny when it comes to humans. As they always say, you can learn a lot from the animals, and when I look at the animals, sometimes you learn how unintelligent humans are. And Princess, I love you. You know, my godmother always used to tell me, don't use the word trying, because I have the potential to do a lot. And I'm not going to disrespect her right now, but I'm going to say I try with humans, you know. And what I mean by that is I see that some people think that life is a game, and as I always say, you know, you have to keep on repeating a lot of things, because in this microwave society, people take something and they wish it away real quick, where people forget about things so quick that's very important, but they remember things that's not important. And living in this world with these people of humans that think that they're correct, I laugh at it, you know, because you look at life and just living in this life. As I say, I'm not going to go along with something just because I know you. I'm not going to go along with something just because we cool. And this world got a lot of rotten humans. And the thing is, they think they tough. And what I mean by tough, people play a lot of manipulation games where they can't even fight. They're not even intelligent. And the thing is, the majority of the people in the world that try to manipulate people are not that much intelligent, and This is why I always look to challenge the world, and I say I stand alone, because you're not going to put me in the box with education. You're not going to put me in the box with wisdom, or you're not going to put me in the box with intelligence. I'm not going to be in nobody box. I'm not going to fit in nobody box. Never. Not even my own. And when you look at this world, it's set up by many different programs. And some people, they're used to it where it's just going along with the program, or as people say, it is what it is. No, that ain't good for life, and it is what it is. See, when you draw things down on a plain sheet of paper of life itself, including humans, plants, trees, insects, mountains, craters, atoms, comets, the moon, the sun, the stars. When you add everything up and you actually tell humans to break things down, it's hard, because the sick human beings done created systems to confuse many human beings for a long time, where I'm not one of them people that's gonna say, oh, you say this about religion, that's bad. No, because I'm gonna keep on saying it is man-made. I'm not gonna get past that, because the thing is, nobody in this world right now, of this world that we're living in, will defend mankind against mankind. And as the way I look at life and I see life, this is a sick, sadistic world, and it's very sick. Like to the point where I'm gonna just let it out there. Many times I don't want people to speak to me no more, because the way how some human minds are programmed, I don't have no time for your manipulation games, and it shows you how unintelligent some people are, because when you could really try to manipulate people and people see what you're doing and see the games that you're playing, it shows how stupid you are. It shows how unwise you are. Excuse me. Like it's very, to me, it's sickening. Because we live in a world where people judge people, and me, I don't care. Because even with like living in life of knowing things, of not knowing, I'm okay in not knowing, but I'm secure with wanting to know what I don't know. I'm okay with learning things that I need to know. I don't have a problem with learning in this life, because you know why? It ain't gonna come to a point where you know everything. No, it's a revolving door. Keep on going back and forth. Okay, you keep on wrestling with learning, and you keep on going. Like, yeah, you may get bumpy roads where you may forget certain things, but this is where muscle memory kicks in. And for a lot of the people in this world that are being unaware of what's going on, they would always be living how they want to live. They would always see the world how they want to see the world, because you have to understand the many individual human beings we have in this world. have a whole bunch of emotions. And for the people that don't know and don't believe, the emotions of human does affect the universe. The emotions of humans does affect the weather that they don't play with. Now, it was for years and years and years. They don't teach people about Mother Nature. They don't teach people about nature, but half of the things that you eat grow from nature, the sun and soil and water, dirt. But for you to actually teach people about natural things, no, you'll be teaching them and you'll be getting deep in life. Because if you teach them about natural things, they won't look for the unnatural things that you sell them to kill them fast. You're reading the Bible and certain other texts and scripts of how people was wise. Nowadays, people are unwise because they don't want to study. They don't want to look deep. It ain't about looking on the surface. It's about looking and seeing how that surface was even made, how that surface was even built. You know, we live on a planet you call Earth, and the reason why I always use an estimation, because you can't trust human knowledge nowadays, okay? Because a lot of the humans nowadays in modern day living are using the elements to manipulate the people. And once you could manipulate the elements, you could always manipulate people. Don't care what people say of, oh, God controls this and that. God controls this and that. God don't let people control other humans, and that's what's going on. But people like to play delusional, and this is the hurtful thing of why I say religion and religions will hurt people, because you will get beat down by a human that's doing a dirty deed to you. But some people in the world will tell you that's okay. God will save you. God is not going to save you when your physical flesh and you would be gone. So, like, I'm going to keep saying, people that teach people about religion, you can't go that deep in your teaching, you feel me? Because you look at things like, for example, and this is how I go deep with it. Crocodile been living for more than 200 million years of their fossils, right? I don't know if I ever heard about crocodile in the Bible or the Quran or the Torah. Certain animals you never heard about in these books. But humans are so naive, so big-headed. They really think that they have control. We didn't come here before the animals. We didn't come here before the insects, the bees, the birds, the hippos, the rhinoceros, giraffes. But we live in a world where if you go against a program or you go against certain things, it's not good. But this is why I say I don't get where, I don't care whether you consider yourself Caucasian, black, Chinese, or whatever you want to consider yourself. You know, like, we have to realize that we all living on this earth together, and if the human race don't come down to a conclusion of what's really going on, let me tell you something. It's going to be a lot more crying, and it's going to be a lot more not understanding what's going on, because some people will just say that's part of life. No, it's not. Okay, because confusion was never supposed to be part of life. They give you certain words and they play with you like that was part of the beginning of time. No, it wasn't. Okay, because when you say that too, I always tell people, like, when you look at, see, human beings took this thing you call time, right? And they use it as things where they use the stars, they use the sun, and they use the moon to either scale 12 hours or, as they tell you, 24 hours. Now, when you look at that, as I just said a few seconds ago, before the beginning of time, now, me, I like to think outside of what they tell us. Now, if we use the sun and the moon and the stars to use as time, as in 12 and 24 and 60 seconds, I wonder of what they don't want to tell the people, because they'll hit you with the Big Bang, they'll hit you with God, they'll hit you with a lot of different things. But if the sun was created around 4 billion years ago, and the moon was created around 4 billion years ago, but the universe was established more than 11 billion years ago, you're not into the millions no more, you're into the billions, and make you think like this wasn't something. See, humans just think on Earth because you're on Earth, but millions and billions of years ago, Earth wasn't the main standpoint in this universe, and it still ain't. Humans just look at Earth as the main standpoint because we live here. And if something else happens within what they call the sky, or in what NASA took over, they will tell you that it's affecting Earth or it's coming towards Earth. But what you have to realize, Earth is just a little piece of ant in this galaxy. And the more that the people on Earth think that they could keep on blocking stuff that's coming. See, the thing is, they put stuff out of space to see what's coming and see what's out there and see certain things, but it's only for too long where you think you can stop certain things that's up there. Because you cannot control up there. Only for a moment. Only for a moment. But you cannot control up there forever. And as I said, when you know how to manipulate the elements, you could manipulate things and people. And they studied the elements. They studied the sun, the moon, and the stars. Of wink wink. Why you think some people could call themselves Masons and other things? They studied life itself. And humans just think a lady and a man have sex, you have kids, you get married, boom bam, your kids get old, they move out the house. That's what they told you life is, and they never want you to get to the stage that you're supposed to get to. They don't want you to open up yourself. They don't want you to find yourself, because if you find yourself, you'll keep on talking to others. See, it's not about waking people up to saying like, yeah, man, like, nah, it ain't about that. This is deeper than the government and God, okay? And this is what I always say, people that play around games, I'ma just say this. It's a thin line between God and the government. And I ain't talking about the Most High that I know. I'm talking about the God that they gave the world, okay? Because the Most High that I know and the God they gave the world, it's not the same, okay? It's not the same. Because they will tell you, right? Like, if you really want to be real, on this earth of human beings and in this galaxy itself, let's just put it in the public eye. Who is humans supposed to believe in? Now, hold it right there when you think about answering that. Because if you've seen the Caucasian race in this world enslave and beat many people up, why did they do that? Why? Did God tell them to do that? Did God tell them to go around the world and beat people up and kill people? No. And some people will say it's the devil. Well, let me hit you with something that people are scared to say and still scared to deny when they use the word the devil, Lucifer. In every single human being, as you say, free will, right? Free will. No matter if it's from the Bible, the Quran, or the Torah, Ethiopian text, or whatever. As you hear my voice right now, every single human being in the universe had the ability to either spread positive energy or negative energy. Okay? Of where you take the traits and the, I would say, energy circuits of God and Lucifer. Is either you could be negative or you can be positive. You can use negative energy or you can use positive energy. Kicking somebody down, that's devilish. Picking somebody up, that's godly. You know, so you could look at it, and when you talk about different human beings and cultures, it's all the same but just different names, okay? It's all the same, but they just use different names in different cultures and different divisions. Don't matter, because I'm going to tell you this. This is where dual comes in. You're going to have hot and cold, okay? Because that's hot and cold within you. And it's either you're going to have superior or you're going to have trash. Some people try to mix both of them nowadays and thinking that that's something good. Nah. And even saying that, because people like to think that they're slick with using words and manipulating humans with their words. No, because I'm going to say this and I'm going to break it down. That's not meaning that every day of your life things may run smooth, or you supposed to be the perfect human being, you do have times where you're going to get angry, you're going to get mad, you're going to get heated, okay? But it's for you how you're going to steer your energy. Because I'm not saying that you're not supposed to get mad, you're not supposed to get angry, but it's on you how you're going to control your energy, okay? It's on you how you're going to use the force of your energy. Because you can spread your energy out and grow, or you can let your energy off in one shot. It's on you. To me, I will tell people, learn yourself. Okay? Because I'll be honest, I done got angry many times in my life. To where nowadays I could be honest, I could say I don't like that person. But I'm learning where, how could I say I don't like that person when you look back and you backtrack. See, because I like to backtrack, and when we all backtrack, yeah, sometimes some people may go off the edge, but you have to look back where you see yourself. And I remember a lot of times when I got angry or mad, and see, and this ain't a cop out of to say like, yeah, people got you mad, so it was their fault. No, because I'm going to teach you a learning lesson where I had to learn within myself, because it's easy for some people to say like, yeah, you look back at things and you should just know it's your fault. It's easy for people to tell you things are your fault that they never walked through. It's easy for people to tell you something that is your fault that they never been through, or it's easy for people to judge you on things that they never been through. It's very easy for people to do that. It's easy as ABC, as 1, 2, 3, and many people will do that. They will tell you, yeah, but I'm going to say this. It's not easy for you to tell people things like that if you ain't walked through it with them, or you ain't never really been through it before. Okay? Because people can understand when you talking to them, when you walk through it with them, or you've been through it before. Because you know what? You carried that burden with me. You carried that heavy stone with me. So you get it. Now, when you look at certain times in your life that you got angry, or you took things to a certain limit where some people said you probably went overboard. Now, I always say, it's always two sides to what? When they say it's two sides to a story, but I always say it's one side, because some people will say, oh, that person went crazy. Okay, now, some people will like to say that some people just did things out of the blue. No. It's nothing in this universe that just happened for no reason, okay? Everything that happens in this universe has a trigger and a ticking system. Do not let people tell you stupid, uneducated, and senseless things like, oh, she just did that for no reason. Oh, he just did that for no reason. No. And this is why I always say the world needs to be taught over, because this is being taught in the world over and over and over and over. And they'll just look at things to say, oh, let's throw mental health at this. No, and this is why I always say you cannot blame everything on mental health, because many people in the world has a sense of what they're doing. Now, I'm gonna break it down of what I said. Like, some people don't look at why that person went crazy or loud or did whatever they did. They only see the action. But many people in the world never see the cause. And as written down in history books and movies, TV shows, and many things in life, you don't see the person that got hit. You only see the person that hollers. And some people will be like, oh man, I didn't do nothing. Well, of course you didn't do nothing, because nobody seen you do anything. They only heard the person screaming that got hit. And that's how it always goes. People play a mystery game in history with that, where you could punch somebody in the eye. People are going to only hear the person go, ah. But they're not going to see who got punched in the eye. They're not going to see where it came from. They're only going to see the black eye and the person. And it's been going on for a long time in human history. And it's not for you to hate people, but it's for you to watch out who you're around. Watch out who play games with you, because I believe with this, people will use your own anger against you. Peace and love to the world.